What up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Zeladon. So, you just get off the boat, you make it to Albion, and you wonder, what the heck should I do now? Well, if you haven't already decided, the first thing you need to decide is what type of armor you want to use, what type of weapon you want to use. And this is probably about the point where you should try to test things out before you actually commit too much. You can look through all of the things. So look at the plate armor, look at the leather armor, look at all the weapons, melee weapons, ranged weapons, magic weapons, all that stuff, and figure out what you want to use. And once you've figured that out, make sure you use your learning points right away as soon as you can. You click that little learn button. So you use the learning points for example, here, Journeyman Warrior. You would use these learning points right here. If I was using warrior stuff, I'm not right now, but just for example, once I did do that and use these learning points, then these branches would open up. They would get all orangey and stuff, meaning my experience would be filling up and going towards those other branches now. When you're looking at these tier 3 trees, like you see, they branch out very, very, very far. So once you pick the weapon that you want, like maybe you want to use, let's say, like you want to be a healer. So for healer, for example, you have to either go mage tree or hunter tree, because nature staff, if you want to be a nature staff healer, you have to go to the hunter tree. If you want to be a holy healer, you have to go mage tree. And then, yeah, you can look further down in these little branches, and you can see all the different types of bows. Like for me, on this character, I'm going to go with bow. So I'm going to level up my bow, and then once I get to this level 1 bow fighter, you can actually get access to these 6 different types of bows. And you don't have to stick with a full set of plate armor or a full set of leather armor or a full set of cloth armor. You can actually mix and match. It really doesn't matter. You don't get any bonuses for having all the same type of armor. You just look at all the pieces. Every piece has a different ability. So look for the abilities that you want. Of course, plate armor. Okay, let's take a step back actually. What really matters the most for like defense and offense is the chest piece. So you're basically choosing your chest piece based off of, do you want to be tanky? Do you want to be a little bit tanky and do a little bit of damage, or do you want to go full damage? So if you want to go full damage, you go with a cloth, you go with a robe. If you want to go somewhere in between, you go with leather, a leather chest piece. If you want to be full tanky, then you go with a plate chest piece. The boots and the helmets don't really matter at all. They don't really add much as far as defense or damage goes. The boots and the helmet, you just are looking for specific abilities. Like pick the pair of boots you want. Look at all the boots down at the ends of the trees and see which boots ability you think you'd like the most. Same with the helmet. Okay. So, for example, on this character, I'm going to go mostly damage with a leather helmet, leather boots, and a cloth chest. So I haven't gotten a cloth chest yet, so I'm going to go and craft myself a cloth chest before I get going, and then try to get to tier 4 as quickly as possible. You want to go get to tier 4 as quickly as possible. Tier 4 is like the first really big tier where, like, I mean, you're not really high level, and you can actually hit tier 4 in like less than an hour if you're quick enough. But yeah, tier 4 is the tier where like you can actually be a bit tanky and do a lot of damage. You can take down two tier 4 people can take down a tier 8 person pretty easily if they're skilled enough. Tier 4 is scary no matter what you have on. If you have tier 8 of all the best stuff in the world, a bunch of people that just got tier 4 in less than an hour could jump you and take you down easily. So tier 4 is the is that tier that you want to get to when you first start out, that like you can go and be a threat. You can do a lot of the content in the game with tier 4. I want to say about 70-80% of the content you can do at tier 4. So yeah, figure out what you want and then get to tier 4 as quickly as possible. All right, so this is recording right now actually, and we're going to fast forward to, so here I'm going to make my cloth chest. I go to the marketplace, search for cloth, tier 2, I buy some cloth and make my cloth chest so I can do more damage. And here, for example, we can show you the comparison. So, cloth chest, you get plus, like the tier 2 cloth chest anyway, gives you a plus 48% damage bonus and magic bonus and ability bonus on damage. For armor, it's only 84 armor, 104 magic resist, 115 hit points. But the most important thing you look at for the different types of armors is the percentage bonus. So to compare, the leather chest that I'm using right now has pretty decent armor and magic resist, but only plus 24% attack bonus. So yeah, there's a huge difference between leather armor, cloth chest, leather chest, and plate chest. I forget what the plate chest bonuses are. I think it's actually 0. I think it's flat 0. Like, you can't do any damage with plate chest. You only use plate chest if you want to be tanking in PvE or trying to be like a... I mean, I don't know if people still use plate chest at all in PvP anymore. Probably. There's a few like crowd control builds that use them. Okay, so next thing you want to do. Okay, so I think this is something they don't tell you about in the game, and I think it's the best and fastest way to get silver and get fame, level up to tier 4 right at the start of the game, is these expeditions. Expeditions are basically dungeons. There's solo dungeons. Here we have the Journeyman's individual expedition, and once you get to the main city, there's also bigger, better, harder expeditions that you can get to. But this is right in the starting area that you come off the boat. You see this big portal. You may or may not be able to use it right away because you do need to have an item power of 250, which, I mean, I'm using all tier 2 stuff. 250 is pretty easy to get. And also you have to have Journeyman Reaver unlocked. You should probably have unlocked that from doing the tutorial stuff. So as long as you do that, you can go and click on this portal and do an expedition. And the first expedition you do per day, at least at this level, you get 1,000 silver. And then you also get the 1,000 silver guaranteed every time you do an expedition of this level. So first time you get 2,000 actually, plus you pick up silver and other stuff while you're in the expedition. And yeah, I think it's the fastest way to actually get a bit of silver to start off with and to actually level up to tier 4. So if your goal is to level up to tier 4 and get access to the tier 4 armor and weapons right away, I think the best way to do it is just start off by doing expeditions, because you don't have to deal with other people stealing your kills or stealing your loot or anything like that. It's just your own personal instance. You can go in and do at your own leisure. Oh man, I love this. I love sound effects when you speed them up like this. I always get a kick out of it. So yeah, also, you should be able to get your daily bonus done from doing these expeditions. You get enough fame for doing that. Let's turn down the volume now. And I think for your first island, if you want to, and I think everybody should want to get their island as soon as possible. I think it costs about 11,000 silver. So if you run the expedition about 3 or 4 times, you should get enough silver to get your island. So I was getting about 3,500 to 4,000 silver per run. You have to pay attention though, because there are like little secret spots that give like big silver drops. Sometimes you find like secret chests laying around that you can get silver from. But yeah, overall it's pretty simple. Like especially this first expedition, you have to be careful because if you run too far back and try to kite too much, like I'm trying to here, they will get reset and then their HP goes back to full. So that's kind of annoying. But it's pretty simple. As you can see, I'm playing this on my phone, so I'm staying true to all my mobile people out there. This is all doable with a phone, with just your fingers, and it's actually pretty fun too. It's what was really annoying is I had my phone plugged in, and that's the main thing I hate about playing on the phone is like when the battery is low and you have to have it plugged in, and then the cord gets in the way all the time. So my cord was getting in the way and it was getting kind of annoying, but I think I did pretty well for. This is my first ever expedition that I've ever done on a phone. I usually only use my phone for like farming and gathering and that type of stuff. But yeah, this is the first expedition and it went really well. So you might have noticed that guy back there. He took a little bit longer to kill. There's a mini boss and then there's a main boss at the end. Mini boss drops a good chunk of gold, silver, and the main boss also. A lot of people try to speed run these. That you can actually skip a lot of these mobs if you want to. Of course, you're going to lose out on the fame, the experience if you do that. But I mean, if you're trying to just get that 1,000 silver bonus at the end or the boss drops at the end, I guess if that's what you want, then yeah, you can just try to speed run it. But I usually just try to kill everything because I'm not that worried about maximizing my potential of doing expeditions. Also, I'm playing with a bow on this with phone, and I was recognizing, man, I think it would be much easier if if you were playing a melee character on a phone. I think melee might be the way to go with a phone. I play on a phone because there's a lot of skill shots that you have to use with the bow, and I think also with the mage characters. I've never actually played a mage character at all in Albion, so I'm not really sure how the abilities work, if they're skill shots or if you can just automatically shoot at the target that you're targeting. But archer is a bit tough for a phone. You can't really kite very well. It's pretty tough. So I would maybe recommend going with a melee build for all you phone users out there. I think melee would probably be the easiest. So yeah, after that one first expedition, we're at 4,674 silver. What were we at the start? Probably should have taken note of that. 407, so well over 4,000 silver. I guess we can call it 3,000 because we got the 1,000 first expedition of the day bonus, so you can expect about 3,000. So yeah, three runs should get you enough to get your island, and that is my recommendation. That's the first thing you should do. This is the first thing you should do when you're getting out there into the Albion world. Go do those expeditions, save up some silver, go buy your island. Even if you're not wanting to farm or anything, and we'll get into this in a later video, you're gonna want a personal island because there's what's called laborers. You can hire laborers, and you can make a lot of silver by using these laborers. We will get into that topic another time, though. Thank you all for watching. Hope you are enjoying Albion. It's a really fun game. I hope they do improve the usability for phones. Like, for example, I think they could maybe just get rid of the chat altogether. Put the minimap where the chat is, and put the buttons over there, or put the chat in the middle. Actually, that's what most mobile games have, right? The chat in the middle. mini-map on the left, and the buttons over there in the bottom right corner. That would be awesome. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying Albion. Let me know if there's a specific topic in Albion you want me to cover next. I think we'll be looking probably at islands next, though, and other probably gathering and crafting tips. I've just been reading the chat in the game for the past couple days, and people expect this to be like a traditional MMO. There's people asking all the time, "What do I do? What do I do? Where do I get?" There's no quests. Where are the quests? Like, no, this is not that type of game. Yeah, there's a few quests at the start to like give you a feel for the game, but after the first hour or two, you're on your own. You're like, yeah, the game basically it doesn't hold your hand. This is a hardcore game where you decide for yourself what you want to do. The game doesn't tell you what to do to get good. You got to get good on your own. All right, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit those buttons down in the description. Peace. Have a good one. GG's.